All right, so we have another expression that we're going to simplify. So we have negative 1/4 m plus 5/6 plus 3/8 m minus 2/3. So what I'm first going to do is create those bins so that I understand what needs to be what. And so I reorganize or reorder my problem. So I see that I have 1/4 that goes in the M bucket. So we're going to have an M bucket that's negative 1/4 M. And then we have 5/6 that goes in our constant bucket. So we have 5/6. Remember, that's positive. And then we have 3/8 M. That's also positive. So 3/8 M. And this one was a positive. And then we had negative 2/3. So we have negative 2/3. All right. So now I'm going to rewrite my problem. So I have negative 1/4 M plus 3/8 m plus 5/6 minus 2/3. All right. And so now what we're going to do is take those like terms. We're going to simplify those real quick. So we have negative 1/4 m plus 3/8 m. Okay. And so we first need a common denominator. So we're talking about groups of four, multiples of four, and multiples of eight to find our common denominator. So we've got 4, 8, and 12. And here we've got 8, 16. The number that we have in common is going to be 8. So my new denominator is going to be an 8. All right, so I'm going to multiply 4 by 2 to get 8. I'll multiply 8 times 1 for me to get 8. All right, so what we have is 2 times 1, that becomes 2. And remember, we had a negative. And then we have 3 times 1, that becomes 3, and we had a positive. And I'm just going to add my variables back in. All right, so now what are we doing? We have negative 2m plus 3m. So we're going in the negative direction. We're going in the positive direction. So remember, we're going to subtract 3 minus 2, which gives me 1. So I have a 1. And we're going to use the sign of the larger number. So the 3 is the larger number and it's positive. So we're going to keep this as positive and then put an 8. Then we're going to put our m here. So we have 1/8 m. And now what we're going to do is go over here and we're going to put in, oh, let's start with the next set of terms. So we've got 1/8 m. And then here we've got 5/6 minus 2/3. So let's go on and figure out what our common denominator is in that. So 5/6 minus 2/3. So we're talking about multiples of 3 and multiples of 6. And so we've got 3, 6, and then here we've got 6, 12. Our common denominator is going to be 6. So my new denominator is going to be 6 for both parts. I know that 6 times 1 gives me 6 and 3 times 2 to give me 6. So now, oh, and this was a positive. So let's make sure we keep that there. 5 times 1 gives me 5, and that was a positive. And then we have 2 times 2, that gives me 4, and that was a negative. All right. So now we have 5 minus 4. So positive 5 minus 4. So we're going in different directions, positive and negative. So remember, you're going to use subtraction, right? So 5 minus 4 to give you 1. So we've got 1. And we're going to use the sign of the larger number. 5 is the larger number. It's a positive, so we're going to keep that there. And then your denominator is going to stay the same, okay? So this is a positive 1/6, okay? So when you bring those two together, what we end up with is 1/8 m plus 1/6. That is your answer.